Alright, starting things off, in a large bowl, we want to add in 1 cup's worth of granulated white sugar, followed by 3/4 cup of unsalted butter, softened to room temperature, 1/4 cup of molasses, as well as 1 large egg. Mixing these ingredients until they're well combined. Once it's looking like this, we want to add in 2 1/4 cups worth of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of minced ginger, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves, 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and then 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Mixing these ingredients until our dough is just formed. We want to cover this dough with plastic wrap and refrigerate it for at least 1 hour. And after that hour is up, we want to preheat our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 degrees Celsius and line a large baking sheet with parchment paper. Separately, in a small bowl, you want to add in some white sugar for the rolling process. We're going to scoop about 1.5 tablespoons worth of the dough and form it into a ball. You want to toss the ball in the sugar until it's evenly coated. And we're going to repeat this process with the remaining amount of dough. And this recipe makes enough dough for 24 ginger snaps. Once you have all the balls of dough rolled and coated in the sugar, we want to place them onto a parchment paper lined baking sheet about 2 to 3 inches apart. Depending on the size of the sheet, you can fit probably about 12 dough balls evenly among the cooking surface. We're going to bake these for 9 to 10 minutes. And after that time is up, we want to remove them from the oven, and while they're still hot, you want to use the back of a large spoon to gently flatten the cookies. You want to allow these to cool completely on the baking sheet. I bake 12 at a time, so if you don't have another baking sheet, you just want to remove those fully cooled cookies and then place the next round of the dough onto the sheet and bake for another 9 to 10 minutes. And with that, your ginger snaps are ready to be served and enjoyed. Congrats, you've made this amazing dish right at home. A really good thing about this recipe is that these can be actually frozen in a freezer bag for up to 2 months. So you can always prep the dough in advance, and then when you're ready to eat them, you can pop them out of the freezer and place them in the oven, and you're good to go. But when you do try this recipe at home, be sure to tag me at Chef Vic Cuisine or hashtag Chef Vic Cuisine so I can see your great take on this dish. And stay tuned for next week where I show you how to make a great Greek recipe, my moussaka. This is a really delicious entree that feeds plenty. Well, thank you all again so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. You can always check out more recipes on my page now. YouTube thinks you'll like these videos, let's see if they're right. And I'll catch you next time on another episode of Chef Vic Cuisine. And until then, peace.